What's going on YouTube? I'm Evan and you're watching Cloud9 Aquariums. Today I'm going to get into the third part of my 3-part series on the tank tour of my 80-gallon rimless aquarium. Today I'm going to be talking specifics on the livestock in this tank, so let's get into the corals and fish because that's what we're really here for, right? So I definitely got to start with the elephant in the room. Well, actually his name's Jerry, and he's a giant flamingo tank. Now, for those of you who are the tank police, yes, this is an 80-gallon tank, and a flamingo tank is definitely going to outgrow this tank. In fact, he's about there right now. So this tank, as you're looking at it, as it starts to grow, it's going to be growing out of this tank rather rapidly, and this tank will have to get upgraded for sure because Jerry is just going to be too big for this tank rather soon. Just to get that out of the way. As if that wasn't enough for the tank police, let's talk about the other tanks we've got in here. As you can see, I've got a yellow tang, I've got a Pacific blue tang in here as well, otherwise known as Dory. The other fish that are found in here, I've got a 7-year-old pair of Ocellaris clownfish that are always back in this corner laying eggs. Currently they're on batch number who knows, but this one's probably going to hatch tonight, then in about 2 days they'll lay again. Other fish found in this tank, I've actually got 2 chromis, 2 damselfish. There's an azure damsel, which is a blue and yellow fish, as well as a pink smith damsel. And finally on my fish list is a yellow jaw goby. He literally spends all day sifting through the sand and just making sure it's all turned over in pristine white, and I do appreciate him oh so much for that. Other critters that deserve an honorable mention, we've got a coral banded shrimp in here, which is always a good time. They usually hide during the day, but every once in a while, especially during feeding time, he'll just come out and it's just a blast to watch. People love that one. There's a plethora of hermit crabs, different snails in here, mostly turbo snails, but I do have some neorites which sift through the sand, and then I also have a conch which goes through the sand as well. And I think that about wraps up the livestock portion of things. So now let's get into the corals. And with the corals, I definitely want to do something a little bit more different with this video because I literally have over 50 different varieties of coral in this tank, and I really, as much as I would love to talk about each and every single individual one, for those of you who want the specifics, I'm going to go ahead and recommend that you check out the link below. There's a link to my Reef to Reef page there. I have a build thread there, and I go into the specifics of each and every coral there. If I know the name of it, it's listed with the picture of it when I first put it in the tank. So for those of you who really want to know the nitty gritty, that's what you're going to want to do. For those of you who just want to see a bunch of coral eye candy, then stay tuned because we're about to get a nice little reel here where I just go through the tank and show you everything that I've got going on. So I really hope you enjoyed this 3-part series, and I hope that actually breaking it up made it feel a little bit faster, and that way you were able to get to the specifics that you wanted to know about this tank. I've had a great time bringing it to you, and I can't wait to show you this tank as it starts to grow in even more. Like I said, this is still a pretty fresh tank, so we're still working on things, but I've got it locked in now, and things are starting to really take off. So I can't wait to bring you along for the journey as this tank grows in, and I can't wait to teach you the ways that I'm doing this so that way you can hopefully do the same thing in your tank.